narrowly beat the Pelicans last night. So they take tonight off, and then they will be in Houston. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock is the tip-off against the Rockets. So 7:30 here on WMMS is when that pregame will begin. Alan, you have to watch that Cosby documentary. Yeah, I want to watch that. It's called We Need to Talk About Cosby. Kamau Bell put this together. It's over on Showtime. And he's waiting for all the knives to come out at him. I was watching a little interview with him. I'd love to get him back on here to talk about it. I don't know if he's doing any press for it. But yeah, it's called We Need to Talk About Cosby. And it's a whole variety of people kind of talking both sides about it. They showed it at the Sundance Film Festival earlier in the year, and now it's over on Showtime. Kamau Bell's got that show over on CNN. It's called The United Shades of America. If you've ever watched that, it's pretty good. He's a funny dude. Bill Cosby, by the way, has asked the Supreme Court not to retry his case. You know, he's out. Bill Cosby's been free since June because the Pennsylvania Appeals Court overturned his conviction. He'd been in prison for 3 years. And the prosecutors want to revive the case. They're taking it to the United States Supreme Court. And obviously, Bill Cosby doesn't want to go back through all this. He's 84.
Wait.
Once you're free, you don't want to go back. What?
I just had a question. So why the United States Supreme Court and not the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania?
Well, it already went through Pennsylvania Appeals Court. It's statewide, it's gone as high as it's going to go.
Okay, so I didn't know if there was levels, because I thought there was like a district court and then like a circuit court and then the Supreme Court.
They've taken it to all of the courts that they possibly can.
Damn, they really want to get this dude back. He's 80.
Well,
let him die disgraced.
But he also did what they accused him of doing. They let him out on a technicality.
Is it worth the resources? He's 8. I mean, not saying that what he did is okay. I'm not a sex defender. I'm just saying, is it worth...
You know, Mary Santora, for that matter.
Yeah. I mean, is it worth it to put him back behind bars and waste all the resources? We know what he did. He's like O.J. Simpson. We know, like, are you going to go through the process again to try and get him back in there?
I don't know that he would be all that worried about it. I think he needed to make a public statement. But the Supreme Court gets petitioned by people all the time, and they see about 1% of the cases.
Right.
Even if it went... You think Brett Kavanaugh's going to send Bill Cosby back to prison? Hell no. He couldn't have a friendlier court than the current U.S. Supreme Court. But yeah, if you're Bill Cosby, you're gonna circle the wagons and go, hey, I do not want to go back to... Just in case you guys didn't know, I wonder if his blindness cleared up when they set him free. Did anybody know? Is he still blind? You know, when he was on trial the first time, he was blind, couldn't see. Needed help from the car. Looking around. I'm curious if his blindness cleared up.
His lawyer was a bulldog. I want to hire her, even though they lost, but his lawyer was not playing no games.
Well, that's what you hire your lawyers for.
What are you going to have to hire that lawyer for, Poundcake?
Nothing, just for whatever comes up. She was great.
I just want to be in this position where I don't have to hire a lawyer.
I'm just saying, if I do have to hire one, I want the top-notch stuff. Hey, I molest children. I really wish you would stop playing that.
I know you do, buddy. I know you do.
Hey, I molest children.
I know you do.
He wants to talk about Sex Defender. You might need me in a few years.
Sex Defender! Sounds like a Prince B-side.
He's very perturbed today.
He is perturbed. Well, he's in a fog. Mary's all, like, coked up over here.
I don't know what's happening.
Caffeine and ice cream.
I had 2 cups of coffee today.
You said Bill yelled at you in the hallway before the show?
No, we were walking and I was like, what's up? He goes, shut up. Shut up. I was like, okay.
I just didn't have anything to say, so I was like, just shut up.
It was funny.
It was funny, yeah.
No, I am
just
all
a little silliness.
jittery. I'm very jittery today.
Well, yeah, all that sugar and caffeine will do it, right? Did you have a Red Bull today?
No.
Are you crashing now? I feel like you were all high and now you're kind of...
No, I'm just shaky.
Okay.
I think she's nervous about this couch purchase. I think their first big piece of furniture that they purchase as a couple, that's what this is, yes?
Yes.
I think there's probably something in your brain where you're like, this is the first big move.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap.
Are you on the same page with what kind of couch you want?
Yes. We want a very plush, comfortable, L-shaped sectional. And that's what we're getting.
A plush, comfortable, L-shaped sectional.
What
Correct.
about this? What about if instead of that, you just buy my old couch?
I don't want your couch.
That I have had sex on,
Nope.
and it's not plush.
That's a
Is
sectional.
that like a sectional?
sectional. Because I want to get something smaller.
Your couch is huge. It would be way too big for the room that we have. 105 by 105 is as big as we can go.
All right.
But we found one. We went to like 5 different stores and we found one that we liked. And yeah, this is a big purchase. I think I'm just
Where are you going?
Northeast Factory Direct, Dylan.
Can't believe
Nothing
you went 5
fancy.
other places. Nothing fancy, but the couch is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know what you're buying?
Yeah, we just have
You're
to
not
go in
going
and
to
actually
look-
buy it.
I
No.
see. Okay.
We already
So
did that over like
decision's
the
been
last
made.
month.
Did
Yeah.
you consider a couch made of concrete?
You know, he suggested that. And
Yeah.
he was like, it'd be easier to keep clean.
Hard to
You
move.
a little hard to move. But
Hard to move.
You guys paid for movers, so we don't have to worry about that.
That's right.
Did you
Guys, the movers cost $4,000. So what
Sorry.
happened? It was that
Consider-
goddamn concrete couch.
going with more of a minimalist look and going with a conch?
No, we did not. We did not come up with that idea.
That's a pointy C. You don't want to sit on that.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting antsy. Like, I just want to be in there already. You know what I mean? I don't like the whole.
427.
What did she say?
I just want to be in there already.
Sorry, I was reading a text. I missed that one.
Yeah, March 20th is like the official date where the movers are going to come and take all the big stuff. But just this
Did you
in
get that
between
all
time.
priced out and everything?
Not yet.
Okay.
Will we be in the new studio by the time you move into your
No.
new
No
house?
shot. No
Nope.
shot. 0%.
I didn't even get to
No, March 20th? No way.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's 6 weeks, right?
Doesn't-
Yeah, we're not
matter.
going to be there in 6 weeks.
They got stacks of equipment sitting there.
They're like May.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was the closest one.
Brown's home opener. That's what
Yeah,
it's going
right.
to be.
Pride.
Well, I was joking with management when we were taking that tour of the studio because they were like, well, the reason it's probably going to be April is because the reason it's probably going to be May is because June really looks like it's
It's
going to
just nicer outside.
you know
It'll
what,
be
July,
easier.
Independence, and it's fine, whatever, who cares? We'll get there when we get there. Nobody's paying attention to when we're down there. Who cares?
Yeah.
It just would be nice to get guest coffee here if I wanted to.
Guests coffee.
Yeah, when we had what was the last comedian's name that came in here?
Michael Costa was in
Yeah,
here
Michael.
on Friday.
He wanted some coffee, and I normally, I go fetch, and we didn't have a kitchen that had the coffee maker, so I go down to TAM. I'm like, I know you guys have a coffee machine back here. No cups. No
They had like in the new kitchen or whatever, in the new studios, in the kitchen, they have this big, long, high top table. And I go, you got to get that out of here. Because it's just in the center of the room, runs the
It's the
length of
island.
it.
Nobody needs it.
I'm like, nobody's going to stand there and eat their lunch. Like, it's, because they're like, well, we got to figure out how to put the vending machines. I go, you got to get this table out of here. Nobody's going to use that. You got to use, you talk about minimalist. You got to keep as much stuff out of that kitchen as possible so the Poundcake can't use it.
What makes you think I'm going to use the kitchen?
Because you use everything.
I don't
Why
use the
wouldn't you
kitchen.
use the kitchen?
The only time I use the kitchen here is when I'm getting stuff for other people. I don't even really get the vending machines here anymore now that the cafe's open downstairs, and we'll have a bunch of restaurants to choose from downtown.
Yeah, but you're not gonna eat in your studio.
What makes you think he won't?
I'm gonna tell you not to.
Okay.
A brand new room. He's gonna slop it up.
Slop it up.
He is.
No,
He doesn't care. Not my room.
No, there is a little restaurant area literally right outside our studio. I could totally go in there before 10 minutes before showtime, scarf something down real quick, or have a nice little drink, and then go into the studio.
Not going to happen. You can't see him now, Alan. He's going to be eating chips like the Cookie Monster. There's just going to be crumbs
There's
flying
cameras in
everywhere.
there.
I'm gonna be
This is-
doing reconnaissance.
A small little room. Act like you can't see me.
I'm gonna be doing reconnaissance.
He can't see you until the cameras are on. If you're in there at 1:45, the cameras aren't on yet.
Oh.
He's gonna be crickling and crackling.
No, he is. Crumbs.
I'm gonna go in there and look. I'm gonna throw that door open and look. He's gonna turn around. He's be like a vampire that's had sunlight thrown at him. His mouth shooting food.
He's got bugles on his fingers. Like,
yeah, that's right.
The poor salespeople would be like, "Why did Poundcake run out of here? Oh, I caught him eating." Now he's banned from the studio.
Yes.
he's got mustard on his face.
You represent this show. I don't need somebody from this show getting in trouble at the new studios.
I'm not. If you tell me not to, I won't. I'm not going to mess up because they're here. I am not the only person that uses this studio. I feel like at the new place, I will be the first and probably the only person that uses that studio.
I could see him like talking.
No,
on
I have
the
nobody
phone.
shared.
Yeah. Any
There's
studio.
going to be there's less studio, so any studio that's there is going to be used by somebody regularly.
Okay, I'll blame it on Leanne.
I was gonna say, could you see him talking on the phone and he like accidentally spits something on a computer screen, but then goes to wipe it off and he has like icing on his fingers or
Smooches
something?
it, yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, the morning show's so
Cake
messy.
everywhere.
But just now, instead of not doing it, he goes, I'll blame it on Leanne.
I'm just kidding. Though.
Poor Leanne.
I'm just kidding.
Working hard down the hall.
She's not even in my booth. She's a co-host. No, I don't even know who's gonna have my booth.
No, Leanne she's solo now.
Oh,
She's on in the afternoon.
I didn't think she's on the air anymore. I thought
I knew
I
she
think
was
someone
still
else.
here.
Cat Jackson. Okay. They've all been moved around.
Oh, I thought Leanne was on.
Leanne is still on
Who's
the
Leon?
afternoon. Leon. Oh, you think Poundcake's bad?
Yeah.
it'll all be fine. It'll be great.
No, it will be. I'll see to it. They're going to go, Alan, do you know anything about... Yes, I do. And here's what's going on.
You gonna snitch?
Huh?
I said you gonna snitch.
And I'm not going to snitch.
I already said I won't do it.
I'm going to go, gee, I don't know who did that. And I'm going to walk down that hallway. And,
But it'll be our most viral clip.
Yeah.
Poundcake just destroying this.
yeah. like a frat room in there.
Finally got the Alan Cox Show TikTok up and running, and the first viral clip was Poundcake getting icing all over the new equipment.
He's hanging his laundry up. He's got a Foreman grill going. Son of a bitch.
And
He just moves in there.
this
Yeah.
room is small. That room is smaller than this room.
He's got a clothesline going from the far corner to the other far corner. It's got one of those old-timey carousels that they hang the clothes on in the middle of a maypole in the middle of the studio.
lava lamp.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with all my lava lamps. Well, hopefully I can put my fridge in the main studio. That would be fun.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we have a
cool.
guest, that's just water or whatever in there, you know?
And we got to put a lock on it so Mark Nolan in the morning
lock!
isn't going through it.
There you go.
Rummaging.
Rummaging.
Giving the same guests the same treats.
water.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to my guest water? Let me give you $1,000 here. What say you? Chance for you to go fund yourself. Listen closely to the keyword and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword PAY at WMMS.com. That's PAY. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Well, what a difference not even 12 hours can make. Here was Tom Brady last night.
You know, it's a good week for me, and I'm just still going through the process that I said I was going through. So sometimes it takes some time to really evaluate how you feel and what you want to do. And I think when the time's right, I'll be ready to make a decision one way or another. We're in such an era of information and people want to be in front of the news often. And I totally understand that and understand that's the environment we're in. But I think for me, I'm just literally it's day to day with me. I'm just trying to do the best I can every day and evaluate things as they come and trying to make a great decision for me and my family.
There you go. 9 o'clock this morning. That was last night. 9:40 this morning. It puts out on Twitter that he is in fact retired. So what was all that talk about him having to wait a week so he could get $15 million?
That's what Bill said.
That's what somebody told me.
That's what somebody told me, too.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people were talking about.
I wasn't saying that.
Made
It's like,
sense.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, it's, anyway.
That's why you're not our sports guy, Bill.
People are always talking out their ass anyway, but when it comes to sports, I I tend to believe people. And in classic, vague, empty-headed fashion, Tom Brady, football is an all-in proposition. And I'm not going to make that competitive commitment any. He can't just go, I'm retiring. I'm done. You knew it was coming. Here it is.
Well, 'cause he
I'm
can
going to go
do it.
bang my wife, kiss my kid.
Physically, he can still do it. I mean, he had an incredible season, had the most yards and most touchdown passes this season. So he could still do it physically. I think he's just burnt out on it. He's just like, I'm done. What else do I got to prove?
Exactly.
Yeah.
7 Super Bowl rings?
Yeah. And went there 10 times.
Now, Patriots fans are pissed.
Because he didn't mention
He didn't
them.
mention them. Didn't mention them. Didn't mention Belichick. To my Bucs teammates the past 2 years, I love you guys, and I have loved going to battle with you. I love battle. The battle of football. I love playing this children's game with you and making tens of millions of dollars in the process. You have dug so deep to challenge yourself, and it inspired me to blah, 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 blah. But yeah, Pats fans are all butthurt because he didn't mention them. Didn't mention Bill Belichick in his retirement post. And I wonder why. That is a pretty glaring omission when you were there for 20-something years and you're like, to the city of Tampa, thank you guys so much. I know I was here for a cup of coffee. Like when Peyton Manning goes to the Broncos. Lee at least thanked...
But when Peyton went to the Broncos, the Colts cut Peyton Manning. And so then he was a free agent and could go where he wanted.
So the Patriots didn't. I couldn't remember. They didn't cut Tom Brady.
They didn't cut him. He was just a free agent, and he was able to sign wherever he wanted.
I thought there was bad blood with him and Belichick.
I mean, I think he was just kind of sick of Belichick, and he wanted to go and prove that he could do things on his own.
Okay. Tom Brady's picture that he posted with his retirement statement was him in a Buccaneers uniform. So Patriots fans. I have friends who are not from New England, friends from Chicago, friends from Pittsburgh, friends from all over, who are diehard Patriots fans, and I assume just because they were Tom Brady fans, but they have remained Patriots fans.
It'd be interesting to see if he goes into the Hall of Fame as a Buck. If he goes into the Buccaneers, that would be.
Do you have to go
hilarious.
in attached to a team?
I think so.
You don't what if a guy played for 7 teams?
I think you can.
Whatever your
I think
last
it's up
one
to
is.
you. No, it's usually whichever one was the most significant is what it would be. But I think it's up to him if he wants to or not.
Well, anywho, people are taking some exception with the fact that he was in New England for 20 years and he spent the last 2. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, it's very funny.
Because who cares? But it's still hilarious. If you're Tom Brady, he's like, whatever, I'm out. To the city of Tampa and the entire Tampa-St. Pete region, it's been wonderful to be a resident of such a fun place to live. Yeah, I'm sure he was out there having fun all the time. I want to be invited to our next boat parade.
That boat parade did look like a blast. And the fact that he just chucked the trophy from one boat to another, that's how you know he's got 7 championships, because he's just like, hey, here it is.
There it is. I've held this before a bunch of times. No, good for him. It's a whole new era in football with Tom Brady gone.
It is. It's really crazy. Because,
no Ben Roethlisberger, no Tom Brady.
22 years is a long time to do anything, but to play professional sports for 22 years at a high level and walk out as someone that was still physically able to do it
at the top of your game.
Insane.
It's what every athlete wants to do.
He had more touchdowns as a 40-year-old than he did as a 20-year-old. And he played more years as a 20-year-old.
Like a fine wine.
Now, people are pointing out to me that he did the whole thank you New England when he left the Patriots. That is true. So he kind of already did that to them, and now he's doing it for Tampa. But you think that
you'd want to do it all encompassing?
Yeah, this is the end of a career. He's not going to play for San Diego,
right?
I
imagine,
which is no longer a team.
Yeah, nobody is going to play for San Diego.
Los Angeles. They'll always be the San Diego Chargers.
I imagine in the next few days he'll have a post that will be a video kind of recapping his entire career and thanking all the fans everywhere and everything like that. But this is just him getting it out there, the first step.
Mm-hmm.
His retirement's going to be a whole big process.
Well, there's going to be fanfare, there's going to be pomp and or circumstance. He was kind enough to, and I'd never heard him do this before, but he was kind enough to leave Tampa fans with a song as part of his farewell statement.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound You're with me.
Boy, I'd never heard him perform before, and I think it's good that he stuck to football.
You know what that could have used? Some farts.
Amazing farts, how sweet the smell. Listen, I've got to take a break. If you want to text for anything, 35192 to do that. AlanCoxShow.com if you want to watch, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.